What does the word entrepreneurship mean to you? If you saw my last videos, you would understand that I had a thriving business that was starting and doing really well in the early beginning stages of its growth. And then I got sued. But it didn't let that stop me. Yes, I may have lost in one aspect, but I found new life. And with an entrepreneur, you don't give up because that's who you are. You're an entrepreneur. So what you do is you re-innovate and you start over again. As big as the loss was of what I was doing before the lawsuit happened, and I had to turn in all of my trademarks, patents, and everything that had started my company out, I found new life and I found a new name. So, if you watch my previous videos and know about my lawsuit and how I got a cease and desist letter for infringing upon a character, you will know that I decided not to fight. I decided not to fight them, but I did not decide not to fight back, meaning I never gave up. You see, I learned new skills. I bought new equipment. I moved on from just doing bottle caps to actually making t-shirts and dresses and hair clip holders and all different types of products. I invested in some equipment and I reinvented my business anew. So I didn't let the lawsuit stop me from progression. Now, hopefully you don't mind. I've got to make an order. So, enduring the bad times, enduring the hard times is what makes us unique when we have a dream to create something. I always tell my kids that somebody can take away everything from you. They can steal your ideas, which I've had plenty of my outfits copied. I've seen them on Alibaba. I've seen them all over the place. I've had people on Etsy try to turn me in or stop me from doing the work I'm doing because, oh, I wanted to make that and she has it, or I had that idea and now I see it there. And every time somebody has come after me, I fought back. I remember a couple years ago on Etsy, I was making my shirts because, of course, I started anew and started making new products. And I wanted to add some skirts to the shirts, but I don't want to sit and sew tulle. I'm not going to do that. So I went to my manufacturer and I had him make these skirts for me and I bought them in bulk and I was adding them to all my outfits. Well, of course, somebody on Etsy thought, oh, well, that's not handmade. And so I'm going to turn her in. And so I got a email from Etsy saying that you have to add an element to everything that you make, not just the shirt. If I was going to add a skirt, if I was going to add some socks, if I was going to add a hair accessory, I had to have a hand in all of it. So this just goes to show you that whenever somebody tries to bring you down, whether it's a big conglomerate, like happened to me the first time and, took everything from me, or it's another Etsy seller or, somebody on Amazon trying to come after you, they can never take away your creativity and your uniqueness to do things if you are truly an entrepreneur or creative. So after I got that letter from Etsy saying that, they were going to remove some of my products because it was reported that I didn't make the skirts. So, that was wonderful because something bad that could have been really bad actually ended up making me hundreds of thousands more dollars. So I want to thank the person who tried to take me down because that's how people are. They see you succeed and then they try to come in and take you down. So what I did was I ended up, let's see if I can find one. This is how innovation works. Since Etsy said I had to add something, I ended up taking parts of the shirt design and adding them to this belt right here along the skirt. And I added them, sorry for the noise, I added them to all the skirts to match the shirts. That was wonderful. Because not only with there, here's one out of the bag. So now this skirt wasn't plain anymore. It actually had a unique design on it just because someone tried to take away what I was doing and set me back. And I ended up selling hundreds and thousands of those skirts with all kinds of different designs on them. We started adding skates to them. We started adding hearts to them. We started adding unicorns to them. It opened up a new wave of things for me to add to my collection. And that's how I started making groupings. And instead of just selling a plain shirt, now I had a matching skirt to go with the shirt. So my pricing went from a $38 shirt to now a $65 shirt and tutu set that matched. And then on top of that, I decided to start taking the socks that I was buying from my manufacturer, which are like these here, and they actually match my skirt completely perfectly. And I started adding designs on the socks. So not only did I grow, let's see if I have any. I'll be making socks shortly, but not only did I grow that, I ended up selling thousands upon thousands of socks, and I'm talking thousands of socks. So, sometimes a setback can actually be a way for you to move forward and to innovate. It makes you think, it makes you have to move, it makes you have to maneuver and change. So every time you get a small setback, don't look at it as a bad thing. Think of it as a gift for you to be able to reinvent what you're doing and bring it out on the other side as something new and innovative. And so that is the moral of the story that I wanted to share with you right now. And if you'd like to see my shirt that I'm making, I just went and printed out some slime splatters and I'm making this shirt. So the lesson for the day is take what somebody tries to destroy you or somebody tries to turn you in or you have a setback. For instance, when I lost my company name, I recreated a new company, a new brand, and it became Bubblegum Divas. And from then on, I ended up opening, well, I think I've said enough for this video, so let me move you to the next video so you can understand how far Bubblegum Divas came. I'm Elisa, and thank you for watching. Click on this video and I will continue the story. Thank you.